Hello and welcome to another edition of Lotek Health. Let ourselves translate expert knowledge with Brad Burns. Today is Wasabi Walnut. What's hurting my tummy Wednesday? I'll tell you what's not hurting my tummy. Wasabi. Walnuts, maybe. Actually, my tummy's not hurting. If you've listened to these podcasts, you will know I'm a night shifter, and the cortisol spike generally tends to make my belly hurt a little bit because what it's doing is waking me up, and it don't feel good. My stomach says, "You want more food? You want to get more energy from your food? Wake up! It's time to get going." That's why I wear these blue blockers to keep that shade from coming back at me. And I think I may have recruited somebody else to the blue blocker crew. He was saying this morning how his tummy was hurting. It's like, dude, yes, it's because of the cortisol. You should wear blue blockers. We can be in a club. We can make a club for our blue blockers. So this morning is a good morning. I'm off for the rest of the week, and things went well. I had a weird dream, a nightmare. A nightmare. Yeah, I'll call it that. Last night, I had the sweetest little trach patient. It's a brand new trach. It's got this cancer issue, and can't breathe past the mass. Oh, we gotta get you a little advanced airway. Nicest dude ever, but for some reason I had a dream that someone dyed his hair. His wife, I knew it. His wife dyed his hair black, jet black, made like a shark fin looking thing, and this is coming off, taking the watch off for the day. Time is on my side. Anyways, his hair, shark fin style, jet black, Jersey Shore, and all of a sudden with this change in hairstyle, it's got him a new attitude. He's jumping out of bed, he's way more agitated, he's wanting to fight with me for some reason about something. I can't remember how it started, but he threw some crayons at me, red, green, and blue. 3 crayons threw at me, and I knew I needed to get out of the room and de-escalate it, which is an important thing as a nurse. You de-escalate. You don't try to meet someone's anger. You want to keep them safe. If you're a problem, you exit the situation. But in this dream, I didn't. I knew better in the dream, but I just couldn't. I don't know why, but it was an affront. I threw the crayons back at him. All 3 of them. Yeah. He was hunkered over on the opposite side of the bed in the dream, and I could hit him, and then he got back, and I got myself between the door, and he was on the other side of the bed again, so I was able to get out. I was on the exit side. I guess I was kind of blocking his exit, really, but he wasn't seeming to try to want to get out. I just threw the crayons, and then suddenly we were in another altercation in a different position, and he pulled a knife, snapped his knife open, and he cut me, went straight for my cut my femoral artery, and I felt it in the dream. I looked down, it didn't hurt as bad, but when I felt it was so wet, there was so much blood, I looked down and I screamed like a little girl, and I woke up a little upset. He's the nicest guy, and I never thought he would turn on me like that. Weirdly enough, patient came last night who did dye his hair, and there was a little bit of an altercation. May save it for Forgive My Foul Mouth Friday, but his seemed like his tummy was hurting a little bit. So he was angry. He had some choice words for me. And he's also wearing a winter coat. It's like, I don't know, 70 degrees outside. Kind of weird. And it was the only male, or was one of only 2 men on the floor at that time. And I don't like when dudes are aggressive, especially towards women, talking real loudly. Not good. So it gave me a little bit of an adrenaline spike as he's saying some very choice words, which I'll save till Friday. But basically, I may have ended up escalating it to the point of needing police intervention. Security came, but he's okay. Nobody got hurt. It was all about safety. He's fine too. His tummy stopped hurting. He stuck around. His daddy came, and yeah, it's a grown-ass man. Anyways, why does our tummy hurt? What happens? Well, our buggies are outnumbering us. We don't get enough happy food. A lot of our happy hormone, the feel-good hormone, make me feel good, juice, brain, comes from our gut. Serotonin is produced mostly, I think, 70 to 90% in our gut. So it's very important that you feed those little buggies and keep them happy because they're outnumbered. And also wash your hands. That's probably what's hurting your tummy. Is you touch your mouth with your bug bags. You take your filthy pseudomonas aeruginosa fingers and just reach around and grab stuff. We've got this issue on the floor. Been working that patients just make themselves at home in the nourishment cabinet, just reaching up with their gritty little fingers and opening and fingering through everything and taking what they want. And sometimes they'll get the nerve to complain there's not enough food here. Girls haven't gone out on their grocery run like they're supposed to. I hear them walking up and down the halls, not going to get sandwiches. Like, what? Because you're right. I know maybe your tummy's hurting from the diabetes, but we got to get you under control. And I don't see washing your hands before reaching in these nourishment cabinets that everybody uses, that, you know, our vulnerable population wouldn't really appreciate that you're spreading your pseudomonas aeruginosa. That's just the tip of the iceberg. You probably got E. coli in there too. That's hurting my stomach. My stomach just maybe it's making me hungry. I'm gonna eat some steak. Made some steak and eggs and chill. I'm so happy to be off. I was on for 4 nights, off for 2, and on for another 4. So I think I earned a nice 4-day off. Go to a concert Friday. Too Many Zoos. Highly recommend. Sounds like car alarm sometimes. I actually jammed to a car alarm. It's pretty cool. They're an NYC subway band of 3 that got themselves together and been touring the country and do better and better. It's so great to see Leo. He makes sounds with a bari saxophone you shouldn't be able to make. So with that, I wish you well. Happy Wasabi Walnut, What's Hurting My Tummy Wednesday, and wash your hands. Thank you. It's Brad Burns signing off.